Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see in the title, we're gonna speak about is it important? Do we need to make ourselves suffer to be worth of happiness, to be worth of love, to be worth of freedom? And if you're unsure of what I mean by that, is do we need to delay our happiness today? Do we need to delay our freedom today? Do we need to delay the amount of love that we can receive or give today and live in a constant suffering because we are saying that is it worth, that sacrifice is worth for a future happiness, of future freedom, of future love? That if we suffer enough, that will be worth getting what we're looking for. I don't think it's real. I don't think that we need that. Sometimes we want to put all of those things, happiness, joy, freedom, in a box and put it later on. And until then, we will convince ourselves that we have to suffer, we have to do things that we don't like, we have to go in our day-to-day life a way that doesn't resonate with us, just that we feel like we're deserving all those things at the end. If I told you that if we always chasing things that even when they're right here with us, we will never recognize that they are, that we are overgrowing beings, and there's never a moment that we want to stay still and we want to stay, oh, here I reach my goal, I'm satisfied, I'm comfortable, I don't need to reach for anything else. Unless you did something you really didn't like and you just have like, whew, I'm done with this, I'm happy, I'm done with this. If you're always searching for things outside of yourself, you will be always searching for them, even when they're right there with you right now. And you might think this is not true, they are not there with me right now. But if I tell you the fact that you're taking that today, it won't change when you think that you achieve those things, because you're practicing never being satisfied. You're practicing never being grateful. You're practicing never having enough. You're practicing that you have to put things in a far place, a place that you have to struggle for, that you have to prove your worth for, that you have to be validated for, that you have to get recognition and give people the power to validate that now you can get those things for you before getting them, then getting them for yourself, getting them right now today in a place of like gratitude and fulfillment of being alive, fulfillment of having a breath to take and exhale, all those little things that make you alive today, right? That make you be able to watch that video, that make you able to see, to hear, to feel, to taste, all of those things. And you want to still keeping pushing back. One thing I feel is always sad is when I hear somebody tell me that they cannot live their best life today because they have to do XYZ to make it validate that emotion, that inspiration, that state of being that they have right now. And my question is, what is it worth suffering one more day for? Like, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid that how you feel inside is not good enough for you to change your life? Are you afraid that what other people are gonna think of you? Are you afraid of what you're gonna lose if you go for what you really want? The thing is, and believe me on that, when you really go for what your soul wants, everything you have obtained in a mindset of like a rational mind or egoic mind, that you only went for them because you feel like they were good enough to be good enough to be worthy, you know, good enough to make people feel like I am good enough, right? They will maybe disappear, okay? They will not relate with you anymore. You will not relate with them anymore, because your intention won't be to satisfy that false persona that you're putting up in front of people to get those validation and recognition and praise and views and like and applaud and attracting people that will only see those things in yourself and not exactly who you are. So when you're actually going for what you really want and starting walking in your path and in your truth, and you're just forgetting all the consequences and just going fearlessly and shamelessly to the direction that really speaks to your heart, I'm preventing you. Like, a lot of things will not come with you. A lot of things will surprise you. People you thought that will be ride or die since the beginning will stop relating with you, or you will stop relating to them, and it will just be how the life is, you know. I like to see life like we are in a hot air balloon, okay? And yes, maybe when we start rising in that hot air balloon, we had a lot of people with us that really wanted, we all wanted to go in the same direction. So the ride was good for everybody. But sometimes we want to go into another direction, and those people don't want to go to that direction. So that's when we have to release, okay, those other people, those other things that doesn't really serve a purpose where we're trying to go, and just be okay with that. Because at the end, if we're meant to be, we will find ourselves back to the same air balloon, and we will just help ourselves again to rise to where we want to go. But if it's not the case, that doesn't remove all the love we have for those people. That doesn't remove that we care for those people, but that we cannot hold on to them and sacrifice our dream and sacrifice our peace of mind and sacrifice our energy to keep them with us and force them to want to go to the direction that we want to go when they don't want to go there for themselves. And that doesn't mean where we want to go is better. What we want to go is good for us, is good for our soul. So why waste one more second suffering? And you will say, well, I need to. If I just quit everything, like what I'm gonna do, blah, blah, blah. What you believe will manifest. What you think in your mind will happen in real life. So if you think that you need to suffer to have good things, you will manifest in your life always situations that make you suffer to get happiness or to get a recognition. And you will get to that pattern of always finding things or attracting things that gonna make you suffer to get the prize at the end. But if you switch the scenario real quick, let's switch it up. And you start thinking that you are worthy of love, you are worthy of happiness, you are worthy of freedom exactly where you are right now. And that you don't need to suffer and do things that you don't like to be those things. That those things are when you were born, you were already born with all those qualities that no one could define that for you. And sadly, we live in a society that makes us feel like, here's a box, okay? Here's a beautiful box. You better get in the box and I will tell you how worthy you are to be alive. And tell me, how weird is this? I feel this really weird. Since I was younger, I never belonged to the box. I never felt like the box was for me. But all my life, I've been told and pressured to fit in that box, that I will be more accepted if I was in that box. I will be more successful if I was in that box. I will be in more security if I was in that box. I will be XYZ if I was in that box. And growing up and realizing that that box wasn't something that I was yearning to go to anyways, I got to make a decision for myself and just let go of things that were not bringing me to where I wanted to go. And I was not about to let myself suffer one more second. And I was like, whenever it had to happen, will happen. And I would take that leap of faith. And let me tell you, there's something beautiful of living life on the edge. The edge, it's where everything can happen. You can think you're gonna fall and crawl to the ground, or you can think that you're gonna fly. You're gonna just fly. and see that you were a bird all this time. Or you're gonna see that as you take that step, that there's a ground growing and that step, and there's a ground growing and that step, it is a ground growing every time. And that you are protected in your in your in your path of walking there, in your growing to that direction, right? You can think all three. You can think you're gonna fly, fall, or just keep walking in a security. But until you are completely in faith, you will never know. You will always keep things, let me get a parachute, let me get something to help me in case of. And you will never trust yourself that the way you are right now is good enough. And anything that you really want to chase in life is worthy of being chased just by you, no matter what anybody said, no matter whatever statistics say, whatever anyone that you want to think is better than you or know best for you will say. Because you know what? We just have that one life, okay, that we are aware of, okay? Maybe we have had many life in the past and maybe many life in the future waiting for us. But if we remove that maybe awareness, this is the only moment that exists, okay? Just now and now and now again, that's the only moment that exists. The past is just a memory in your mind. The future is just an what your mind want to imagine will happen and make a scenario. But the only moment we're really living is now, is those exact second. This is the only moment we are alive. So what you rather do? Are you rather making those moments sad and only in pain and suffering, or feeling love, happiness, and freedom right now? What stops you for doing that right now? What are the excuses you want to hold on to make that true to you, to make that a reality to you? And who is gaining from that? Who is gaining from that? No one. No one is more happy. No one is more proud of you. No one is more. No one. So, if I can inspire you today to rethink the plan that you have for yourself, and ask yourself, how many things I'm delaying thinking that I'm gonna live until 2,000 years? Okay, because we like to put some days, okay, in 2 years and in 5 years, when in fact time is not a real thing. I think what happened in 2020 with all the quarantine and everything teach us a valuable lesson, that you can put things in your calendar thinking they're gonna happen, like you bought this flight, you secured that booking, you did this, you did that, you pay for whatever thing that will happen in a few months, and life can happen and it's not gonna happen anymore. It doesn't mean you didn't mean good, but why do you delay your happiness? And why will keep delaying her happiness in 2021? Like, what is the purpose in that, when the only moment you're truly living with all your senses and all your awareness and all the like sensation is right now, is exactly those exact moment going by, that you are already growing, you're already flourishing, you're already expanding yourself some type of way, if you're using it constructively. But if you stay in suffering and pushing back for later, of staying trapped to the past, you're not truly enjoying what is really worth enjoying right now. And there's so much things to be happy about. Like, just realize that, let me tell you something, you are alive. Isn't that the most beautiful thing? Because it's the base of everything. If you were not alive, you will not be able to even be here. Like, you will not even watch that view, you will not even breathe that air, you will not feel your body moving, you will not feel your emotion, you will not get to experience anything. So can we be grateful for that? And then be grateful for everything that you have. My God, if you have light, if you have four walls and a roof, if you have food, you more than blessed. My God, you wealthy, you a billionaire. Just right there. So be grateful for those things and be happy, my God, that you get to expand yourself and still be grateful. Being satisfied and happy about today doesn't mean that we cannot go for things. That doesn't mean we cannot expand ourselves and want to reach other things. But it means that the basic of where we are is worthy of being celebrated to start with. And that we don't need to get those things to feel like that. We don't need to get people validation to feel like that. We don't get to get permission to feel like that, because you are worthy of feeling worthy just the way you are right now, right there, exactly every millimeter of your body, everything in your mind, everything your spirit is worthy of feeling love, happy, and free. Okay? And add anything else that you want to add in there, because they all good. There's no bad things to put there. Put all of it. We have to stop delaying and then waiting for people to tell us how to be and to feel that we are good enough. And trust me on that. I had a long journey to get to that point, to really be grateful for where I am today and be okay when people show me that they are not in alignment to how I feel about myself. That they rather see me myself non-confident than seeing myself confident. They rather make me feel that I'm not good enough than seeing me feeling good enough. And that's the thing in life. Not everybody gonna resonate with you, and we cannot hold on a past version of us for other people to feel good. Even more if that version of us is negative to us, is not the best version we can be. So don't be afraid of rising above yourself and allowing all that's gonna come with it to come with it, and to be grateful that life is showing you the intention and the real intention of the people and things that were in your life. And the more you declare, the better you will feel. You will feel at peace. You will feel there's not much to trigger you to feel a certain way. You will feel at peace. You will feel everything just flow naturally to you, and new things are coming in that are even more empowering and refreshing and have a purpose and intention that match yours. We have to be ready sometimes to just let go and strive forward. Like, you're so worth it. We are all worth it. We are all worth of feeling complete and whole and full without having to prove anything to anybody to make it true to us. Because we are already abundant, we are already beautiful, we are already successful. And this is not something that somebody can tag on you to make it true. This is not something that you have to prove to people with the numbers, with the views, with the recognition, with the applaud, with the money, whatever you want to put there is not what's going to give you that satisfaction and that proof. Because like I said, if you cannot recognize how wealthy, worthy, beautiful, abundant, free you are right now, and it's not showcasing through your action that you believe those things, no matter what you're gonna get from outside, you're gonna get hooked. You're gonna get hooked to get more of that, because you're gonna be fueled by other things than yourself. And if I told you had like an infinite superpower source inside yourself that can give you all those things, but you'd rather go take some drops here and there and satisfy your thirst, but you're always thirsty for more, what you will choose, right? Would you choose the fountain of abundance, or a little drop here and there outside of yourself that you have to run in and you have to trade for them? Like, okay, let me show you that I'm worthy of one drop of you and one drop of you, and you're never truly doing what you are and what you want to do, because you have to showcase yourself, like, you know, you have to showcase that you are worthy to those people and play that role to get that validation, guys and girls. Let's stop this. Let's stop this in 2021. If I can inspire you really to rethink of your life right now and not delay when, because the fact is we never know when is our end of story, you know. We never know when a movie is like end of story. And like I said in my previous video, do you want to go to heaven or whatever you believe in, and then seeing other souls and y'all talking, you know, and they say, yeah, so are you satisfied with the way you live your life? I want you to be able to say yes. Yes, yes, yes. Because every day you did exactly what you'd rather do. And that you have no regret because there's nothing else that you could have done. Because you went exactly for what speaks to your heart the moment you knew about it. And you didn't delay the moment for you to feel free, to feel complete, to feel happy, to feel love. And that you feel that you left unhurt an inspiration of somebody that went for what they love and they lived their best life just doing that. And that they didn't need anything else than themselves and their own craziness of ideas and inspiration to make them want to wake up every day with a smile on their face and excited about the day because they get to do exactly what they'd rather do. I wish everyone to feel like that in their life because there's no better feeling. I work a 9 to 5 before. I worked many jobs before. I went to school before, and I knew I was stepping there and already feeling depressed. I knew, and it took me a moment, because when you don't have anybody that can inspire you to do something else, like how you're supposed to know, right? Or how you're supposed to feel like this is possible for me. I'm telling you, it is possible for you. It is possible for all of us. There's no one that's here to lead us to ourselves than ourselves. And the feeling of being free from anything and empowered in our own existence and never be bothered with what is happening outside of yourself, because you know that's not defining who you are and what you can do. It's a beautiful place to be. It's a really beautiful place to be, and I'm so grateful to be alive and to feel inspired to speak those things. And if I can inspire one person, that's like life-changing to me. That's life-changing to me to be inspired, because when I was doing those things that I wasn't aligned with, I will just have needed one person to tell me something like that, and I will have, okay, let's go for it. You know, I will not have looked twice. But each thing in their time, even if time doesn't exist, we all learn from our experience. All experience is worth living. That's what is shaping us to discover who we truly are. But to finish that video, you don't need to make yourself suffer. Okay? You don't need to make yourself suffer to feel worthy. You don't need to. And that's how I'm gonna finish the video. So I love you, I care for you, I hope you like that content, and subscribe to the channel to keep encouraging me to keep doing those, even if I'm encouraged myself, you know. But let's support the girl. And see you on the next video. Bye.